Ankle mobility is really important, specifically for things like squatting, so you can get your knees further than your toes, other exercises, mainly lower body, like lunging, and then for also sports such as sprinting or just generally running. Having mobile and supple ankles and strong ankles will just mean you're less likely to get injured. Today we're going to go over some exercises for the ankle and the calf that mean you're less prone to injury, but also so you can move that little bit better. So before we start, there's actually a really nice way to assess our calf mobility. So all we're going to do is come up to a wall. You want to have no shoes on for this, so just socks or barefoot is fine. You're going to put your toes up against the wall and then keeping the foot flat on the floor. That's the most important thing, because anytime we come up onto our toes, it's not the ankle mobility, it's just that we're coming up onto our toes. So foot flat on the floor, and all we're going to do is just try and touch our knee to the wall, keeping everything nice and flat. If we can manage that, that's great. What we're going to do then is come away about fist's width and then try again. So again, foot flat on the floor. Hopefully we should be able to reach the wall with our ankle fully down. If you can't, then you know this is something you really need to work on. And even if you can, you know, it's beneficial to be able to do it even a little bit further away. So these exercises are still going to be helpful for you. So throughout these stretches and exercises, we're working on two main muscle groups. There are a couple of smaller ones as well, but we've got the calf, which is just here, kind of the bigger muscle, well, sort of the bigger muscle on top of the leg, but actually the bigger muscle is called the soleus, or soleus people call it, which is underneath the calf, which runs from sort of here all the way down to the ankle. And then obviously we've got the Achilles tendon at the back, which attaches the calf and soleus to the bottom of the foot. So all these stretches and exercises, or at least the stretches anyway, are going to be trying to loosen off this area. And to do that, the calf and soleus plantar flex the foot, so push the foot away from you. We're going to work on dorsiflexing, which is pulling the foot up. So any of the stretches we do, we'll be putting the foot into dorsiflexion, stretching off the soleus and the calf. The soleus is stretched better in a bent knee position because the calf goes over the knee joint as well. To work mainly on the soleus, we're going to do the stuff with a bent knee, but then we'll also do some exercises with a bit of a straight knee to work on the calf a little bit more too. So the first stretch we're going to do is a lunging calf stretch. So if you're doing this to improve your squat, for example, your calf and your ankle needs to be mobile in a sort of flexed knee position. So you can see now I can get my knee pretty far over my toes. And to be able to squat down and sort of sit here comfortably, you need to have good mobility. If I can't, and my knees have to be further back because my ankles aren't supple enough, I'm going to struggle to stay down here. So if we want to sort of work the calf and work the ankle in this bent position, this is a really good exercise for that. We're going to be in a lunging position so we can put some weight on the front foot. The most important thing, as I said, foot flat on the floor, and we're just pushing over as far as we can, pushing that knee as far over the toes as we can, keeping this heel on the floor. If your heel starts to come up, then it's not your ankle that's moving anymore, it's just you coming up onto your toes. So as far as you can into this, hold this for between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, all stretches 30 seconds to 2 minutes, so your body has a chance to relax. Breathe into it nice and gently. If that starts to become a little bit too easy for you, you can add a bit of a weight. So you can, grab anything around the home. Fortunately, I've got kind of a weights plate. You can grab a kettlebell or something. And all you're going to do with this is just put it on top of your knee. And then we just place the plate on top of the knee. Just provides a little bit of extra weight. So again, you're going to hold this there for between 30 seconds and 2 minutes. And then you just change leg, do that on the other leg. And that's just going to really help loosen up the ankle and your calf in this kind of bent knee position that's really common when we're doing anything in the gym like lunging or squatting. So on to exercise number 2. So similar to the assessment we did before, we're really just going to do some repetitions of that assessment that we did. So if you can't get your foot, or you can't get your knee to the wall with your foot further away, you're going to do this exercise with your toes on the wall. If you could, when we did the assessment, get your knee to the wall back here, then we're going to move a little bit further back for this exercise. And all we're doing is we're just doing repetitions of what we did in the assessment. So all we're doing, foot flat on the floor, doesn't matter what the back leg's doing, and then try and touch the knee to the wall, hit the wall, come back, feel a nice stretch in the calf. Again, we're working in a bent knee position, so we're working on the soleus, but the calf a little bit as well. We're going to go for 10 repetitions of this, and on the last repetition, we're going to hold it for between 10 to 20 seconds. It's going to help really loosen up the calf a little bit. Once you've done one leg, obviously then move on to the other leg too. Sometimes the calves and ankles are stiff because they're actually weak, and it's the body's way of protecting ourselves is to make us stiff. So if we can strengthen the ankles and calves as well as increase their mobility going through the stretches we've just done, that was really going to help out. So this exercise is called the heel raise, and we've got 3 variations to make it more difficult as we get a little bit stronger. I'm going to use this ledge today because it's a little bit brighter, but you can use your hallway for this and just your steps to go upstairs. It's great because you can hold onto a banister, whereas I've just got the wall in front of me for this one. So all we're going to do is stand up on the step, drop your heels off the back, and we're just dropping over 3 seconds, nice and steady, keeping the knees straight, slight bend in the knee maybe, soft knees, but not too bent. Squeeze up at the top, drop over 3 seconds, squeeze up at the top. We're wanting to do between 12 and 20 repetitions with this exercise. Once we can do 4 sets, say, of 20 repetitions with a little bit of rest in between the sets, then we move on to the next progression. The next progression is just doing exactly the same, just on one leg now. So I'm going to go on my left leg, lift my right foot off, dropping down over 3 seconds, squeezing up at the top, go again. So you want to go between 12 and 20 repetitions on one foot, then change legs. Go for around 4 sets. Once you can manage between 12 and 20 repetitions for 4 sets, then we can make it even harder. For the final variation, we're just going to add some weight. So I've got a 5 kilo weights plate here. You can add more or less, grab something around the house that's heavy, like a big bottle of water, for example. But anything just to make it harder and increase the weight. We're going to go up onto one leg again. So my left leg here, right leg off. Come down over 3 seconds. Squeeze to the top, nice and steady. And again, we're going to go for around 12 to 20 reps for 4 sets. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you found that useful. Let me know down below what exercises you'd like to see for certain areas of the body, if there's anything you'd like to specifically work on. But other than that, subscribe for new videos every week. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram as well, posting different sort of content than I do on YouTube over there as well. Other than that, have a good rest of your week, guys, and I will see you in the next one.